Well, guys, if we had an honest media, they would actually be reporting on the far left being out of control. The far left, man, is dangerous. These people want you dead. I mean, they actually tried to assassinate President Trump at least 2 times that we actually know of. They actually did assassinate Charlie Kirk. It is crazy, folks. Absolutely crazy. Now, Benny Johnson, man. Benny Johnson has one of the biggest shows out there in conservative media. I love his show. I love what he says. But guess what? Since he's a big name out there, these leftists, they want him dead too, including his children. This is completely out of control, folks. Really, really out of control. But of course, the mainstream media is not going to talk about this. They're not going to do it. When it came to Charlie Kirk, man, you actually had people out there in the media trying to justify Charlie Kirk's assassination, which makes absolutely no sense, man. I mean, the left has glorified Luigi Mangione, the man that actually killed the United Healthcare CEO. They're not condemning it. They're congratulating this man. There's actually, I believe, Democrats that are trying to pass bills in the name of Luigi Mangione in California. So maybe when we actually say the far left, guys, maybe that's not right. Maybe that's just the mainstream left, the mainstream of the Democratic Party, with a few exceptions. It's absolutely crazy, folks. Now, getting back to Benny Johnson, folks, I didn't know that this man actually had a person that wanted him assassinated. Yeah, he actually got a letter from a leftist scumbag who is now found out because the DOJ, they arrested this man. And I'm pretty sure, man, he's going to do decades in prison for this. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Here we go. Right over here. DOJ charges man over far left plot to assassinate Benny Johnson. Wow. Attorney General Pam Bondi has announced federal charges against a left-wing radical who threatened to kill political commentator Benny Johnson. Pam Bondi announced the charges against the man, George Isbell Jr., who sent the threatening letter and said, quote, he hated Benny because of his views and he wanted Benny dead. Yeah. Sounds very similar, guys, to the text messages that the Charlie Kirk alleged assassin actually sent. But we actually do have the letter here, guys, and we'll get to the video clips. But look at this here. This is what this would-be assassin wrote. Why was I not surprised to see you wrap yourself in the flag? You are Charlie Kirk Jr. Sick of you white cis Christian whiners spewing hate while hiding under the veneer of legitimate debate. You and all your fellow white MAGA podcasters are nothing but revolting white racists and pedophiles. Wow. Saw you have millions of racist subscribers. I must admit, I did not realize how many of you shallow, bigoted sluds exist in the U.S. Y'all need to be exterminated. Don't worry, won't be me. I'm not giving up my freedoms for worm shit like you. Please give my regards to Brendan Carr, a dazzling piece of Catholic shit and contributor to P25 you interviewed. Another prostrating Trump bootlicker like yourself. Nothing I write here today is going to influence you, but it is not intended to. You're obviously a lost, disgruntled, petty, and pathetic waste of flesh with no value to the human race. The world has so much hate and pain thanks to people like you and Charlie Kirk. You are an evil man. Do you dream of hurting other humans when you're asleep besides during every waking moment? Here's hoping the American flag strangles the life out of you. My uncle drowned in the Rhine River to defeat fascists like you, and I will not let his death be in vain. The saddest part of your drivel, is your contamination of naive minds. Maybe someone will blow your head off. We can hope. Planning any public engagements? Love to see your head explode and your blood stain the concrete red. What a sight. Wow. I believe this letter actually came out, folks, after the Charlie Kirk assassination. These leftist men feel emboldened now. They get more radical and they're getting more violent. But now he's found out, and listening to Pam Bondi right here. Here we go.
The author of this letter made it very clear that he hated Benny because of his views, and he wanted Benny dead. This was a coward hiding behind a keyboard who thought he could get away with this. That's why we're standing up here today. You are not going to get away with threatening people in this way. And I'm proud to announce that we have arrested the author of this letter.
Good.
George Isbell Jr. was taken into custody this morning, and we are charging him federally with mailing threatening communications. It is a crime, and if convicted, he is going to prison. This was incredible teamwork. Benny called me right away. Chief Burkhoff, thank you. You were on it right away. Matt Fodor and all the FBI agents. Thank you, U.S. Attorney Kehoe. All of the U.S. Postal Service, FBI, state and local law enforcement working together. This is what it's about. And we are going to catch you if you think you can do something like this. We don't care if you're across the country in California. We will find you. We will arrest you. We will extradite you, and we will bring you to justice.
Good. I'm glad that we actually caught this person. And we need to catch these people, man, before they act. Because we don't need another Charlie Kirk situation on our hands. We really don't. Now, Benny Johnson issued some remarks here on this man getting arrested. Let's watch this.
1 month ago today, I witnessed my friend of 10 years, someone who I considered a brother, a loving husband, a devoted father, a generational leader, get assassinated on a live stream by a left-wing radical. Approximately 1 year ago, I witnessed the President of the United States get shot in the head by a left-wing radical, who also took the life of a Trump supporter in front of his daughters and wife. 2 months ago, Christian children kneeling and praying in a church were slaughtered by a left-wing extremist. And 2 weeks ago, federal law enforcement was shot at multiple sniper rounds in a federal facility by a left-wing extremist. If it's happening every single week, is it that extreme? Or has the Democrat Party mainstreamed violence as a political tool?
They have.
The individual who wrote me described why he wanted me dead. I was a white, cis, Christian Trump supporter. They described in great detail how I would be killed in an open field, just like Charlie, how much blood would come out of my head and neck when it was blown off. This individual described orphaning my 4 beautiful children and widowing my wife with great joy. You might want to say, another left-wing radical, another extremist. And to that, I would like to direct your attention to the state of Virginia, where Democrats have nominated and are about to vote for the chief law enforcement officer in that state, a man who has done the exact same thing.
Jay Jones.
An individual who's calling for the assassination by bullets of Republicans that he disagrees with. The killing of their children. The slaughtering of, as he says, little fascists. Are my 4 innocent, beautiful children little fascists? Violence has been mainstreamed by the Democrat Party. It is not extremist, it is mainstream. And we need a moment of reckoning here. This has to stop. This cycle must end. Is any Democrat courageous enough to disavow violence? To call for individuals that espouse these things, like what happened to my family, or what's happening in Virginia, to call for those kind of candidates to step down? Will Democrats vote for that? Because if you're voting for that, then implicitly you're encouraging it, you're endorsing it. I don't want political violence. I want peace in my nation. I love this country. I want to be able to debate like Charlie did. I want to be able to raise my family in peace. That is our birthright. But you cannot make peace with evil as a Christian. You cannot unite with people who want you dead. I want unity in this nation. I want to be able to agree on more than what we disagree on. But for that first to happen, we must understand the battle. We are fighting good versus evil, darkness versus light. And good must conquer evil. Do not make peace with evil. To that end, and in conclusion, I would like to thank federal law enforcement, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, the FBI, the DOJ, the Tampa Police Department, the detectives here, with absolute pinpoint accuracy, professionalism, courtesy, swift and tact. They were able to act instantly in order to make sure that my family was safe, potentially to preserve the lives of my children, and they're doing that for families all around the country in many different ways. Every American should unite behind that cause. No matter who you are, you should say, this is a country where families should be able to raise their children safely, where people can have peaceful disagreements, where we can all live together under one American flag. I just want to profoundly thank the Trump administration and federal law enforcement and local law enforcement for saving my family. I will never forget it. It is the greatest goodness that has ever been done to me. And that is a thing that every American can get behind. The Trump administration making America safe again. God bless them.
Yeah, so you guys heard that right there. If you are still voting Democrats at this point, I got to question your sanity. I really do. The Democratic Party is a violent party. Guys like Jay Jones are running for office when he wanted his political opponents dead. Charlie Kirk lost his life. President Trump twice survived assassination attempts. This is not a both sides thing. This is the left. The base of the Democratic Party, man. This is the mainstream of the Democratic Party. It's really sad, guys. It's really sad. I'm glad that Benny Johnson and his family okay. Hopefully this scumbag who threatened to assassinate him never gets out of prison again, or at least not for a very, very long time. This definitely needs to stop, guys. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.